So we're in Paisley and it's in Scotland, and this is another interesting church. It's amazing. Actually, later on I'm going to go around the town centre, well, part of it, because if you look down there seems to be a bit more of a town centre, but we're going to go towards the railway station. So we're going to actually cross over here, and I don't actually know the name of this church, but bloody huge, isn't it? You know? It's a huge church. I can just see the sign that says welcome. Coates, Paisley. So it doesn't seem that welcoming actually. Don't know if it's actually open. We'll have a sort of little sneak around there. It's quite a sunny day today. The only thing I can see in the phone is myself. You can see it's obviously well maintained. I don't know if it's a vicar or a priest or whatever. That's his car. It's like the steps. It's very well maintained, that's to say. And those doors are locked. Well, I think they're not open anyway, but they have lights on there. And say this is Paisley, it's not very far from the centre. A wild guess I would say 8 miles, but it's about a £2.20 on the train. So and this is Paisley Gilmore Street, which is the first stop from Glasgow. So virtually any train going to the airport, or there's quite a lot of trains go to Paisley. Say it's amazingly well kept. So people are watching me, you know. So there's a door. A door, and there's another door there. And our friend there, Budleer. See the Budleer. So it's a huge building, you know, huge. I don't think we'll be able to go inside, we'll just see the outside of it. There's the thing for catching rats there. If we go around here, what's going to happen? It's amazing how cold it feels here. It's cool, whatever, you know. So there are lights on in the building there. And there's a camera there. If anyone's actually watching me. So there are lights on the building. You can see the windows are covered by this sort of iron. Maybe that's to stop you breaking into the place. But then again, the windows above it aren't the same. Maybe to stop kids throwing stones or birds, or I really don't know. I mean, I should really Google these things. Well, it has lights on inside, and that came off that window, which is now corroded. This iron bit here. There's even a beer bottle there, just hit my foot. I say it's amazing, you know. Amazing church, and look at that sky, beautiful Glasgow. So we've not actually bumped into anyone, you know, and said, what are you doing walking around here, or why are the lights on, or I think I hear sound. I'll never know. That's an amazing building. Look how tall this is, you know. It's amazing. So there are lights on it, you know, but and there seems to be steps going somewhere there. That little light came on automatically there. There's a bit of ivy growing there. You can see the damp in the wall, can't you? I don't know where those steps go. Seems to be the back of the church, and I'm assuming this is where the disabled people went in. Doesn't actually seem to be connected. It's amazing. So here's some steps. We'll go up these steps and see where they go. Seems to be going nowhere into this like a field. It's totally overgrown. I really don't know what this field's about. Seems to be overgrown. The steps were going nowhere. So go back down there. So the reason I'm making this video is we're in Paisley and we're in Gilmore Street. Well, that's the name of the railway station. And so our next port of call will be the town centre. So if you're easily bored and you have no interest in Paisley, I'd flick through the channels or whatever they say, go through different videos on YouTube, because this video could go on for another 10 minutes. So we seem to have made it round here and nobody seems to have bothered us. It's very odd why there's lights on the building, isn't it? So it would be really interesting. So that window there, the stained glass window, is not actually covered with anything. So was that too costly to cover that window? That window has no significant value? It makes you wonder, doesn't it? So that light went on automatically. There's a car there. They have cameras and no one's approached me. And in the distance you can hear the seagulls. So next door there's some building work going on. If you look through those windows, there's lights on, so it's bizarre really, isn't it? And the gate is open. It doesn't mention any service times, which you know what time the service is on. It's obviously still well maintained. So there we have it. We might have found something here. Coates, Paisley, weddings, events, music and arts. So I don't think it's actually no longer used as a church. It could be a music venue, weddings. It's sort of like, it could be a private concern. It's no longer owned by the church, it's owned privately. So that's interesting, isn't it? Church permit holders, so supposedly if it's a private building, it would still be a church, wouldn't it? I mean, it's a magnificent building really, isn't it, you know? I mean, you can watch your favourite band there play, you know? So we're going to go into Paisley Town Centre. So I hate to do that vast quick movement, you know, which I sometimes do. But so this seems to be the university here, so the University of West of Scotland, Paisley's campus. Paisley's campus. Well, read a lot into you what parlez-vous français. So there it is, the University of West Scotland. Quite a modern building. Seems to be open as well. And there's some sort of monument. So there's that church. If you look at from a distance, I thought maybe it's empty, maybe it's vacant, but it seems to be a music venue. And there's the man himself with a spoon. There's another church there. You can see that one, the spiral. And there's this sort of odd building up there. So we're actually on our way into the town centre. The museum is too important, so there may be a museum there, but unfortunately it's not actually finished getting built, so we'll have to come back another day for that one. And so this is Paisley's town centre. There's a printing works there, made in Paisley. And there's a men's dresses, kilts are they called, kilts. Alright. So there's sort of sandstone buildings, apartments, very nice. And this one day will be the museum here, which is at present time renovating it, you know. A little cafe there, and it seems to be a bit of a hardware store here. As I say, we're not quite into the town centre, but won't be long. There's a photocopying shop. This one's a telephone shop. So the reason I'm here in Paisley today, I was here for another reason yesterday, but the train has broken down, hasn't it? So I thought we'll have a little wander round and hope the next train, and get the next train. Hopefully they would have fixed the signals by then. mean, so this video is only really good for you if you're coming to Paisley and you want to see what's here. I mean, the thing about Paisley, it's not far from Glasgow city centre. It's £2 odd on the train, you know. So you could live here and also work in the city centre.
It was in here 2 weeks ago, right? And he was like,
So they've even got a job centre. I don't think any got any jobs. Though.
And then the same single fours running one time. The 504s running one time.
That's it in there.
So there actually is a job centre. It's actually open. I thought it was a thing of the past, job centres, you know, but you know, run by the government, but maybe not. There's an Asian grocery shop, so. A nail bar. And then the other thing I noticed are lots of charity shops and lots of places that lend you money, like payday loans, so there must be a bit of poverty here, you know, where people can't make it from one paycheck to the other. So there's the British Heart Foundation, and we're just about to go into the Save the Children. I mean, lots of these small towns or places I've been, they tend to be hairdressers, nail bars and charity shops. So that's the booming business. So there's a YMCA, which is a charity shop, on the other side there's another charity shop. So quite often you see mostly hairdressers. So there it is, the Salvation Army, a dental practice, and the YMCA. I think they're all charity shops. It's a machine there for you to get your money. I'm always amazed when these cash machines, they say free cash. It's not really free. Some of them actually charge you £2 for using them. They've actually got a bank here, which is sort of the thing you don't see many of banks anymore. Everything's done online. There's always nail bars. I mean, there seems to be plenty of nail bars, you know. And there's a place where you can borrow money. Need cash, 28 days to pay back. You know, you borrow £100 and you pay £100 extra back. So it's really, what's the word? Scandalous. So there's subways and the tech doctors, you know, like to fix your phone. And there's Paisley shopping precinct there. W.H. Smith's. A friend of mine said, oh, well, I don't know why you describe everything. I said, people can see, but there's a Marks and Spencer. So Marks and Spencer's must have closed down. I didn't realise that. Someone asked me yesterday about Marks and Spencer's. Apparently Paul McCartney, when they did the recording on the Abbey Road, the roof of the Abbey Road building in 1970, it's going back a bit, as he played Let It Be and all these songs, it was on the roof of the building, and Paul McCartney went out to Marks and Spencer's and got women's socks and he put them over the mics, which sort of made the mics not pick up the wind because it was quite a windy day. So there's a technique for you. It's a windy day and you want less wind, cover your mic with a lady's stocking. So we're getting sort of into the main square here. It's like, I don't know what's wrong with the zoom on this phone, but it tends to not work. So there's like statue up there. So my Zoom's not working bizarrely, you know. So. And I was here yesterday and I recorded Paisley's Abbey, which is the other side of that, and I think that is the town hall. So I don't know how they get away with this, and how people actually get paid for this. It's sort of fiberglass, I think. You know? And they're not actually cheap. They call it art or street furniture. It's a traffic warden. There's an ice cream guy selling ice cream there. It's a lovely warm day, I would say. It's probably 26 centigrade, you know. So if you ever come into Paisley, I'm sure you'll be able to see more than I've shown you, but I'll give you a little glimpse into Paisley, haven't I? So there's a place that buys telephones, and we buy this and we buy that, and I think this is sort of like a square. Seems to be a modern square. You've got the Bank of Scotland there. Paisley. I'm saying nothing about the name Paisley. There's once in Ireland there was a guy, his name was Paisley. So that's the Bank House pub there. There seems to be telephone mast up there. And in the distance, well, not that far, is Gilmore Street Station, which is the main railway station. So if you ever come here, this is where you'll start off, in the square here. So there's another nail shop, you know, nail bar. I don't know why they call them bars, but they all must have beautiful nails. There it is, a music bar and grill. I think there's music there, and it really pisses me, music, because what happens is that when you upload the video, YouTube says that you're using copyrighted music, so then you have a problem. Do you want to use the standard music? Anyway, hopefully they wouldn't have noticed that one. I'm not going to tell them. So, this is the main square. And there's a shopping precinct there, number 33. And there's the railway station. There's a pub here, the Last Post. And there's a kebab place there. This guy looks a bit worse for wear. So it's all the people sitting outside. It's actually Wetherspoons, this one. Look there. Wetherspoons. So I'll make our way down to the railway station. So it's Gilmore railway station, and they'll say it's £2.20, £2.10 to Glasgow. Let's look back again.
I don't know how she's gonna make it shadows. Yeah, I think she's gonna stick on her fucking bed again.
So there it is. Gilmore Street.
Went into Tesco, she was
Station.
throwing frozen like turkeys. Yeah.
So we'll leave it there.